Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today, we're taking on a pretty crucial mission for anyone serious about playing poker online, specifically MTTs.
Multi-table tournaments, yeah. Big focus today.
We're diving deep into two of the biggest names in the mobile poker space right now, ClubGG and PokerBros.
Absolutely.
Now, if you're grinding MTTs, you definitely know these apps. They've really shaken up the mobile scene, offering these, well, unique club-based systems, different kinds of game formats.
They have, and they offer a kind of flexibility you don't always get on the, let's say, the big centralized sites.
Right.
But that same flexibility, that decentralization, it adds complexity too. So our goal today isn't just, listing features side by side.
No.
We need to really synthesize the info from the sources you gave me and try to figure out which platform is actually genuinely better for a serious MTT pro in 2025.
Someone looking for maximum return, minimum hassle.
Exactly. Looking at things like traffic, how consistent it is, the tournament structures, software, and maybe most importantly, bankroll safety and the rake structure. Player value, basically.
Okay, perfect. Let's start at the beginning then, the foundation. Where did these apps come from? Because their origins are quite different, and that seems to shape everything else.
Yeah, it really does. It's kind of fascinating, actually. You've got this institutional background versus a more grassroots approach.
How so?
Well, ClubGG, the name kind of gives it away, right? It was launched by GG Network, huge global player.
Okay, yeah, everyone knows them.
So they essentially took their advanced tournament tech, everything they learned from their main network, and sort of packaged it into this private club model.
Ah, so professional tech, but with that private club flexibility.
Exactly. Stability, polish, but decentralized. Now, PokerBros, they were really the pioneers of that whole agent and club system.
Yeah, started it.
Pretty much, yeah. They built their base from the ground up. Local marketing, strong agent networks, letting these private unions really grow.
Which explains their popularity in certain regions.
Totally. Especially North America, Latin America. Places where that agent model really took hold early on. It's very community-driven, less about central control.
Okay, so that fundamental difference, established network versus grassroots network, that must impact where the actual games are, right?
Yeah.
For an MTT player, the question is always, where's the action? Where's the consistent money?
Yeah, and consistency is. It's not just nice to have for a grinder, it's vital. You need it to calculate your EV, manage your bankroll, all that.
Makes sense.
Now, both platforms, remember, rely on private clubs, so there's always some traffic fluctuation inherently.
Okay.
But ClubGG seems to have a structural edge here. Because it's backed by those big GG network unions, the sources suggest it generally offers bigger, more consistent, guaranteed prize pools. The schedules are more reliable, day in, day out.
So that GG network connection translates directly to more predictable MTT guarantees. A pro can actually plan their schedule around it.
Pretty much, yeah. It acts like a buffer against, wild swings and player numbers. PokerBros, on the other hand, look, it has great traffic and its big established unions, no doubt.
Right.
But the guarantees can fluctuate more, a lot more sometimes. Depends on the union, the club management, maybe even the region. If a key agent leaves or recruitment dips...
The schedule can suffer immediately.
Right. So if you're chasing reliable, big prize pools consistently month after month, ClubGG probably feels safer, more predictable.
Okay, that's a strong point for ClubGG on the traffic front. But let's move from the lobby to the actual table. Assuming you find the traffic, what about the game itself? The tournament structure?
Yeah.
Deep stack skill fests or just turbo flips?
Structure. Crucial for profitability.
And yeah, there's a definite philosophical difference here.
Okay.
ClubGG tends to offer structures that really mirror major live events, Think deep stacks, often 200 big blinds deep, maybe more to start.
Wow. Okay.
And long, smooth blind levels, 15, maybe 20 minutes each. It's designed to reward post-flop play skill. Reduces the short-term variance, like skill shine through over time.
Exactly. It rewards patience, strategy. Now, PokerBros, it's more varied. Way more varied.
How so?
While they absolutely have deep stack events, the specific structure, how fast the blinds go up, the starting stack, antes that's often completely up to the club owner.
Wait, Seriously, so you can join an MTT thinking it's standard, but it turns into a hyper turbo because the club owner said it that way.
That's the risk. That's the due diligence burden PokerBros puts on you, the player. You have to check the structure details every single time.
Which sounds like a pain if you're trying to multi-table playing 4 or 5 tournaments at once.
It's a friction point, for
Yeah.
sure. Constantly checking fine print across different clubs versus ClubGG, where you generally know you're getting a professional, predictable structure.
So again, ClubGG leans towards that standardized professional feel, even within the club model.
That sums it up pretty well. Though, it's fair to say if you want that super fast action, both apps do offer fast fold formats and turbos too. They cater to that need.
Gotcha. Okay, now let's talk about something absolutely critical in 2025. The software itself, the mobile grind. Most pros aren't just at a desktop anymore, right? They're on tablets, phones, multi-tabling. How do the apps actually perform?
Yeah, the user experience is huge. If the app is laggy or the interface is clunky, your efficiency just plummets.
Totally.
Here, ClubGG again seems to benefit from that GG network heritage. It uses their polished client. The lobby's generally intuitive, graphics look modern.
And crucially for multi-tabling.
It handles it smoothly. The interface feels optimized for playing several tables at once. It feels like a premium app designed specifically for serious poker.
So visually and functionally, it's maybe a step ahead.
According to the sources, yeah, generally perceived that way.
Right.
Now, PokerBros, people describe it as light and stable, and that's a big plus. Stability is key.
Definitely. Crashing mid-tournament is the worst.
Right. So it gets the job done, supports multi-tabling fine on phones and tablets, but some players find the UI, the user interface, maybe less sleek, less visually modern compared to ClubGG. Functional, robust, gets the job done, but maybe not quite as polished and experienced for someone focused on aesthetics and that really slick feel.
Stability versus sleekness. A classic tech trade-off. Okay, let's pivot to section 3. This is where it gets really serious, maybe the most important part. Security, legality, profitability. Where's your money actually safe?
Yeah, this is the absolute crunch point with the whole private club model. Requires a lot of scrutiny.
So, ClubGG.
Well, it benefits hugely from being part of GG Network. That's a recognized global brand, brings standardized security, clearer legal standing in many places, just a general sense of institutional backing.
That brand name itself kind of acts as a risk mitigator. You feel like you're dealing with the main company.
Exactly. You trust the platform operator more directly. With PokerBros, however, the sources are really clear. Your bankroll security depends almost entirely on the specific club or union you join and the agent you deal with.
Ah, so the platform provides the software, but the agents handle the money.
Pretty much. The agents are often the custodians of player funds. So you're not just trusting PokerBros the app, you're trusting Agent X or Club Y.
Which means as a player, you basically have to become your own security auditor, constantly checking if your agent and club are trustworthy.
It demands constant vigilance, due diligence. It's work outside of just playing poker, and it's a risk factor that just doesn't exist in the same way on centralized sites.
Interesting. The grassroots strength becomes a potential financial weakness if you're not careful.
It shifts the risk significantly onto your ability to vet people and relationships.
Okay, sticking with finance, let's talk rake and overall player value. Long-term profitability, expected value, how do they compare there?
Right, the cost of playing. ClubGG generally mirrors the GG network rake structure, which is seen as competitive and crucially standardized. Predictable. Plus, they offer network-wide promotions, rake-back deals that are fairly consistent. This lets a grinder calculate their costs, their expected value, much more accurately over a large volume of games.
Predictability again. Helps with planning. But hang on. Isn't one potential advantage of PokerBros that the rake isn't standardized? Can't a really high-volume player sometimes negotiate a much better private rake-back deal with their specific agent or union?
Ah, that's an excellent point. Yes,
Yeah.
that's the potential upside of the PokerBros agent system.
Right.
If you're a valued player bringing lots of action, you might be able to negotiate a fantastic customized loyalty or rakeback deal directly with your agent or club, something potentially better than the standard offering on ClubGG.
So the variability cuts both ways.
Exactly. It's a double-edged sword. High risk if you pick a bad agent or club offering poor value, but potentially higher reward if you find a top-tier, trustworthy setup that really values your action.
Okay, so it's a strategic choice.
Yeah.
Standardized, reliable value with ClubGG versus the potential for higher personal value on PokerBros, but only if you nail the agent-club relationship.
Precisely. And that choice ties into the last piece, the player community, the ecosystem itself.
How do they differ there?
Well, ClubGG feels more like part of that big global GG network player pool. More homogenous, maybe? PokerBros really shines in its grassroots communities. Strong local scenes, tight-knit regional groups built around those agent networks. Some players really prefer that vibe.
It sounds like succeeding on PokerBros requires social skills, networking, almost as much as poker skills.
Yeah.
You need to get in with the right people.
That's a great way to put it. It's kind of a blend of social networking and poker, which explains its strength in regions where that personal agent-based business model is already common or trusted.
Okay, wow. We've covered a lot. Platform origins, structures, software, the huge issues of risk and rake. Time to try and synthesize this. What's the final verdict for that serious MTT grinder in 2025?
Well, like most things, it really depends on your priorities, your risk tolerance, your strategy.
Okay.
But boiling it down, if you're chasing the biggest, most reliable guarantees, if you need those professional, deep structures to maximize your skill edge, and if you heavily prioritize stability, predictable software, and financial security, ClubGG probably has the edge.
Because of the GG network backing.
Yeah, that institutional stability provides a predictable quality and minimizes some of those downside risks we talked about. It's the choice for someone prioritizing consistency and maybe playing very high volume across standardized games.
Okay. And the case for PokerBros.
PokerBros remains really appealing if you have a higher tolerance for, let's call it, operational risk vetting agents and clubs. If you excel at networking, if you value those regional communities, maybe want more flexible or niche tournament types, and you think you can secure one of those better personalized rake deals.
Then the extra effort might be worth it.
It could be. It's for players willing to accept higher non-poker risk for potentially higher personalized rewards and maybe different community feel.
So it sounds like the absolute best strategy might not be choosing one or the other.
That seems to be the smartest approach. Based on the sources, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Try both platforms. Carefully build relationships with trusted clubs and agents. That part's crucial, non-negotiable. And then track your own results. Your ROI, your variance, see where you actually perform better over time.
Makes sense. Test, verify, adapt.
Exactly. But the key takeaway is probably, ClubGG offers a more professional, predictable, institutionally backed environment. PokerBros offers more flexibility, community focus, potentially higher rewards, but definitely carries greater individual risk management burden.
Fantastic. A really thorough deep dive into these two major players in the mobile MTT world. We've covered the tech, the structures, and maybe most importantly, those critical risk factors.
Yeah, it's a complex landscape.
It really is. And maybe here's a final thought for you, the listener, to chew on. Both ClubGG and PokerBros are absolutely thriving because poker has gone mobile first. But that very club-based model they use introduces this extra layer of financial complexity, right? So, for you as a serious grinder, your success isn't just about how well you play or which app feels slicker. It's fundamentally tied to your ongoing effort in vetting those clubs and agents. That's a huge responsibility, totally unique to this kind of decentralized poker world. And it's not really about poker skill at all.
It's about business diligence, almost.
Exactly. Something crucial to keep in mind. Use this info, make the best decision for your own bankroll and your own strategy.
Good luck out there.
That's all the time we have for this deep dive. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time.